Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Joel Wiesner. Today we are joined on the show by Kate from the Humane Society of Marion County. Arden is actually over at Wild Waters meeting with some of the vendors to get it ready for the grand opening later this week. Real quick, this is what's up in your community. This past weekend we were out at the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club for the ELO Masquerade Ball. ELO announced a name change. It is now Young Professionals of Ocala. Everyone showed up in style, eager to meet others in the area. Guests struck a pose in front of the new YPO Step and Repeat. Everyone mingled and networked, enjoyed cocktails and fire performances by Lady Michaela Demure. They actually have a few upcoming events that we'll talk about later in the show. And here's a quick interview that we did while we were there. Katrina actually did it for us.
Hey guys, what's up? We're here at the Masquerade Ball at beautiful downtown Ocala. I'm here with Jasmine. How you doing, Jasmine?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
So, are you having fun yet?
Yes. It's like a little red carpet. It's so cute. I like it.
Now, are you a emerging leader?
No, but I'm thinking about it. This looks really fancy. I like it.
Do you know about our name change?
No.
Turn around.
Oh, okay. Young Professionals of Ocala. I like it.
So she just found out, and the whole community just did. We are now Young Professionals of Ocala. So if you're not a member, please join. Jasmine, what are you going to do now?
Join Young Professionals of Ocala.
All right, guys. Check you later. Thank you.
Looking for things to do this weekend, check out our event calendar at whatsupocala.com. Also, be sure to come out this weekend, June 6th through 8th, to help raise money for the Bellevue Splash Park at the Splish Splash Bash Heritage Festival. Enjoy 3 fun-filled days with 6 water slides, live entertainment, games, prizes, and an auto show. Admission to the festival is only $1, and they are offering wristbands for $10. We hope you come out and help support the local community of Bellevue and enjoy the afternoon. Also this weekend, you can make your way to downtown Leesburg for the 4th annual Leesburg Corn Fest. This is featuring the famous Zellwood sweet corn, live entertainment, festival food, and games. We hope you make it out to this family-friendly event that is being put on by the Leesburg Downtown Business Association. Join us next weekend, June 10th, for the Blue Jays Band CD release party. This event is free to attend at the Marion Theater in downtown right at 8 p.m. Be sure to RSVP to the event to save your seat. Come out and help us celebrate Jonathan and Jared's success. These guys have quite the busy week ahead of them. 4 days after their album release party, all of Ocala is actually invited to downtown to cheer them on as they open for the Sister Hazel concert. No matter what type of event you are looking for, we hope you go out this weekend and celebrate in style. For future events, be sure to check out our event calendar at whatsupocala.com. You can also visit the Android market or the iPhone market and download our app, What's Up app. Real quick, after this commercial break, we'll hear from Nick Robinson as he gives us a little bit of an update on ELO, YPO, and the new name change there. Stay tuned.
Hi folks, this is Nick Robinson, host of The Business and Politics. As Joel actually said a little bit earlier in the intro, last week we were out at our masquerade ball for the Young Professionals of Ocala, formerly the Emerging Leaders Ocala. And this was an annual recruitment event that we do. It's the largest event of the year typically. and we had over 250 people show up. We had everything from the cameras to the sign-ins. We had all kinds of stuff going on. We had press and media out there. It was a great event. It was out at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club, and we thank them very much for what they've done. All of that was donated. Also, Tri-Eagle Distributors was our beer provider, as they always are, and they've been just incredible throughout the years, sponsoring and supporting us as young professionals. And I wanted to take a couple of minutes to have a discussion with some of our panel members about young professionals of Ocala and why we're out there and some of the things that we do. So two of our members that are here on our panel are also board members for YPO, obviously Joel and Katrina.
Yep, that's actually how we met, right?
That's right,
Yeah.
exactly. Katrina does all of our community service stuff. She's the chair of that committee. Joel handles some of the event stuff, but also the marketing and advertising of the Young Professionals Ocala group that we are. We are a sort of a sub-member of the Chamber for Economic Partnership, and we sort of act as the young professionals liaisons between those business owners and young professionals that are out in the area. Our goal basically is just to promote as much as we can about what we as young professionals can do, the networking capabilities that we have, and the community service projects that we put on. And Katrina, you do a lot with that, and we've got a couple other events that are going to be coming up.
So Katrina, I know you actually head up some of the event organization for the Eaton's Beach thing, or you're involved with it. And I saw the flyer Justin put together. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
It's called the the YPO Beach Ball.
It is,
Yeah.
it is. And big shout out, Justin handles our flyers. So, but our community service committee, Stuart heads that up, and myself and a couple of the board members, we got together and we thought, we just want to do one fun event and do all the proceeds to charity. Yep. We did United Way, not because I work there, but really we were trying to figure out how can we get our dollars to go the furthest. And so when you give to United Way, you're going to be giving to 20 nonprofit agencies. So we thought that's the best. But it's going to be fun. We're going to be out at Eaton's Beach. We actually got a wakeboard, certified wakeboard guy to come out.
Yeah, Nate Stockman, actually. Yeah, with Transitions
Nate,
Water Sports.
Transitions Water
So people can come out. This is one cool thing. Everybody can come out and pay a couple dollars and get out and wakeboard, wake surf, wake skate. There'll be all kinds of different games. I do remember that because I was a wakeboarder for a while.
I'm excited. I'll be out there on the water.
We have a volleyball tournament, I think, that we're going to do. We're going to try to do tug of war as well.
Cornhole.
I mean, it's just
Food,
basically going to be
music.
an afternoon of just hanging out, enjoying each other, doing a little bit of networking, having some good food, catching some sun, and donating some money to charity.
And just so you guys know, tickets for Early Bird Special, they're going to be $15. That's until July 4th. So before you go out for July 4th and get those plans, RSVP to William at ocalascep.com. At the door, they're going to be $20, and then we're also doing $30 for all access, and that's going to include wakeboarding. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The food is going to be great, and I think it's a great way for us to just continue the momentum. I think we had so much fun at the masquerade party. So let's continue to have events like this so we can network and meet contacts, and who knows, be sitting in this chair.
Right.
Bring some more people in here.
Yeah.
And our next event we've got, we every other month we do a leaders lunch, and the next one is going to be Ron Zook's going to be our speaker. Is going to be at Gateway Bank.
Cool.
We're not sure exactly yet what the date is, so we'll get back with you on that, or you can check our website. But that'll be our next leaders lunch, and we try to put those things on every other month because, again, a big part of what we do and what we want to promote with Young Professionals Ocala is not just the networking, but it's the leadership capabilities. It's being able to sit and have a conversation with leaders that are either in our area or sometimes leaders on the national scale. I mean, Ron Zook is now up there in Green Bay. Friesen is behind off earlier in the year. It's probably pretty good weather out there now, but come wintertime when we get into the heart of the football season, he'll be up there and it'll be cold. But
you're going to say, hey, I sat in a lunch with that
That's
guy.
exactly right. So
I think the main mission statement is what? To provide a platform for young professionals to figure out how to understand the community issues and find a way to influence those issues.
Right, and I
it's
can't
certainly
stress
doing
enough,
that.
it's the networking too. I mean, a lot of us are getting into the prime of our careers, our earning years, and it's becoming increasingly more important that we get out and we network and we try to refer business to people who are like-minded, young professionals, and anytime we can get a chance to do that, that's one of the main missions of the YPO. That and the charitable giving and contributions and getting out there and being involved in the community. And it's something I've been a part of for a number of years now as a board member. Joel's been on the board. I think this is your second year, I believe. And Katrina, your second year as well?
Second year.
So we've got great leaders on the board. Ben Bowman is our chairman this year. Justin McDonald is our co-chair. Some of you out there listening may know who these guys are, but we've got all kinds of people, and we're continuously growing. We were so successful at our masquerade ball.
Thanks to Stacy Rollins.
That's right.
She was incredible.
Right.
Stacy
Stacy is the chair of the events committee this year, and she's done a phenomenal job lining up these vendors, lining up these events. 5 months pregnant, exactly, and she still was able to get the job done. We had a great DJ Justin Fortune, who's a local guy from here, came out and basically did pro bono for about 4 hours and just played all kinds of good music. So,
and he's with Jamvana too.
He's with Jamvana.
Rob,
Yep, he's with Jamvana.com. You can check them out also. But we get a lot of these things through sponsorships because we have so many young people out there that are just eager to get their face out there and be heard.
Right.
And again,
and for
there's
so
no
long
better
in Ocala,
platform.
there hadn't been a way to do that.
That's right. There's no better platform to do that than the young professionals of Ocala. And I think all of us are just so glad to be a part of it.
And if you have any ideas for events that you kind of want to see with YPO, please contact us. Let us know.
Right. Let us
So
know.
many.
Let us know. Exactly.
Well, how does somebody get involved in that? And what age group is it? Is it 40 and under, I understand?
21 to 40, yep.
Okay, and so how would they contact you to become a member or get involved with your group?
They can find us on Facebook. I know we're in the process of updating the Emerging Leaders of Ocala page to Young Professionals of Ocala.
Right.
But you guys can email me, Joel at whatsupocala.com, or Katrina, or Nick, and any one of us can connect you with Ben or Justin.
Yeah,
we'd
or
be
even
happy to have you
contact the
come out.
CEP. I mean, you can contact
Absolutely.
the CEP as well.
Get the application right from there. This is the perfect time to be a member. I think we have a lot of fun things in store, so you definitely want to get plugged in.
Absolutely. Well, real quick, after this commercial break, we're going to check in with Arden Tillman over at Wild Waters. We've got a little segment for you. And then after that, we'll be back here with Julie Annette, the president and founder of Horse and Pet Inc. And there's a little furry friend that Kate brought with her from the Humane Society of Marion County. We'll be right back. What's up, Florida? Join us as we road trip around the Sunshine State to take a look at the events, attractions, and natural wonders that make this state what it is.
Hey guys, thanks for catching up with me. I am here at Wild Waters. As you can see behind me, we've got this wave pool set up and ready to go. Nice and clean, refreshed, rejuvenated. And that's what's happening with the rest of the park here. Day in and day out, we've got teams working endlessly to try and get the park in excellent condition for our grand opening on June 12th. Now again, we are going to be open for the general audience on June 12th, and we're going to be opening the park in 3 different phases. Phase 1 is going to be the wave pool, Cool Kids Cove, and the Tad pool. Now we decided to open in different phases because we knew this project was going to take a little bit of time, but we also know how important this property is in the summer, and we wanted to make sure it was open and accessible to you guys as early as possible. So you guys have heard a whole lot about Wild Waters over the last couple of months. It's received a lot of attention, and that's because this is such an important property. You know, as the sister property to Silver Springs State Park, which is going through its own revitalization and rejuvenation as a state park, this is going through very much the same thing. We're working very hard to make sure that this property can return to the significance that it once was in this community. Not only a valuable and enjoyable place for families and locals to come spend their time, but to really bring that economic impact back to our community. So the park is going to have its grand opening on June 12th. We do encourage everyone to come on out. And like we'd said before, it is going to happen in 3 different phases. So throughout the summer, we're going to continue to make improvements to the park, and progressively more and more rides and features will become available. So to find out more information on what will be available on different timelines, the price points of entering the park, because all of that's going to flux and change depending on what is actually available, please visit our website, www.silversprings.com. Now, we will have a website coming up shortly for Wild Waters itself, and you'll be able to get that information on the Silver Springs website as well.
Hi, I'm Julie Annette, your host of Horse and Pet News. Today I'm excited to announce the Pet of the Week. Today we have with us Kate Rangel, the Canine Care Coordinator for the Marion County Humane Society. Welcome, Kate.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I see you brought Zappa. Can you tell us a little bit about Zappa?
Zappa is about 4 years old. She's a female pit bull mix. She originally came into the Humane Society as a stray, and she went through our WOOF program, which is an obedience program that we have at the Lowell Correctional Women's Facility. They will train the dogs in the basic obedience, and it really helps them get adopted. 2 years ago, she actually was adopted. She was adopted by a wonderful family. Unfortunately, there was an illness in the family, and they had to bring her back to the Humane Society. One of the things that the Humane Society prides itself in is we do take back our animals. We are fully committed to each and every single one of our animals. So she is looking for a new home.
Where can people find the different pets that you guys have up for adoption? Is there a website? Or?
Yeah, our website is thehsmc.org, and we are on Pet Finder, we're on Adopt a Pet. There's a couple different locations that you can find our animals. And of course, we always encourage everyone to come in and actually visit with the animals, because that's really how you pick your match.
For sure.
And you're doing a fundraiser coming up, correct, on June 20th. It's called Dog Days of Summer and Cats Too. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's basically an all-you-can-eat barbecue party. For $25, you can purchase the tickets either online or at the Humane Society, and all of the money goes directly to the animals. And basically, it was just fun, eating, music. It's just a big party.
And you'll have the pets out there that are up for adoption, or
We'll
walk
probably
inside
have a
and see them, or-
couple,
Cool.
but it's actually at the Ocala Golf Course, so
Okay.
it's not at our shelter location.
At
But-
your shelter location, are people able to come in at any time and see the pets you have up for adoption, or it's open door facility then?
Yeah, 10 to 6 we're open every day, but Wednesday we're closed.
Cool.
So.
And Kate, what about volunteer opportunities? If somebody wanted to get plug in and help volunteer at can they do that at the shelter?
Yeah, we have a volunteer orientation that's twice a month. They just need to fill out an application, and there's a lot of different opportunities that they have. They can work with dogs and they can work with cats. Right now, we really need help in our administrative area, answering phone calls and directing people to different locations of the shelter, those types of things.
Sure.
So let's run by the process real quick. I mean, if I wanted to go in there and I was looking at rescuing or adopting an animal, what's the process? What do we do from there? I mean, what does it cost? Are the dogs are they taken care of as far as their immunizations and everything?
The dogs and the cats they're fully vetted. They have all of their vaccinations. They are on heartworm medication, flea and preventative, and they're also spayed and neutered, which is a really important thing. We have an $85 adoption fee for dogs and a $50 adoption fee for cats. Cats go home the same day, but dogs we usually require a home visit, or if you have another animal, we do a meet and greet where you'll bring in your dog just to make sure that everyone's going to be friends before you bring the dog home.
For sure.
But we have an application process. It's usually all finished within a couple days.
Okay. And how does the Humane Society of Marion County get their money? I mean, how do they stay open? How do they keep their doors open? Is it from partially the $85, or is it donations?
Honestly, the amount of money it takes to take care of an animal is closer to $300. So the $85 adoption fee barely covers our costs. We really rely on the community. The community is what keeps us going. Donations and trusts and those types of things, that's what keeps our shelter
And the
going.
events that you're having, you know, the
Exactly.
barbecue, things like that. Okay.
And the Humane Society also has a thrift shop too.
Oh yeah,
correct?
that's a huge help too. Thank you. Yeah, we raise quite a bit of money. If you have, say, like a relative passes away, we'll come and pick up anything that you want to donate. Obviously, you can bring anything to the shelter, but we do like to offer that where we'll come and pick it up from the home. And we raise a lot of money at our thrift
Through the
shop.
thrift store? Cool. Where is it at? Is it on 14th, I think I've seen?
It
one?
is.
Yeah.
It's just it's like 5 minutes from our shelter near downtown.
Where
And
is
what
the
are their
shelter?
hours?
Oh, sorry.
The same as ours. It might be 10 to 6, but I know they're closed Sunday, whereas this shelter's open on Sundays. So I think I think they might be Monday through Saturday.
Nice. Well, I appreciate some of the information. Let's get Zappa over here real quick and see if
Zappa,
he can
It seems a little
say hello
camera
to
shy.
everybody.
Hey, Zappa.
She's very interested in the squirrels.
There's a lot around
Yeah,
here.
there is a lot around here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you
Zappa's-
guys see Zappo. She needs a home. Somebody give us a call or call the Humane Society and get this dog a home.
Yeah.
Absolutely, she's
She's
The
beautiful.
great.
number's
She's
on your
sweet.
screen.
She knows how to shake, too. I found that out earlier.
Zappo.
But, well, real cool. We appreciate it, Kate. I
Thank
know everybody
you so
else
much for
enjoys
having
seeing
me.
some pets. And Julie, this fits right into Horse
There
and
we
Pet,
go.
right?
Yes, it does. We're very excited, and the magazine's going to follow suit with this, and we'll give you a follow-up on where Zappa ended up.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate all the information there. All right, real quick, when we come back, we're going to hear from Katrina Gansler, the Director of Business Development at United Way. I think she's covering a little bit about some Reading Pal programs that are going on here in Marion County. Stay tuned.
Tonight, we welcome a new generation of Porsche dreamers who will discover we passionately believe that every car should be a sports car. Now, let me introduce you to the new 2015 Porsche Macan. When you see that coming behind you, you recognize it's a Porsche. Underneath the hood, you have 400 horsepower. 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. Track speed of 164 miles an hour. The new 2015 Porsche Macan.
Hey guys, it's Katrina Gansler, Director of Business Development at United Way of Marion County. Today, I want to talk to you about a great program that I'm very passionate about. It's called Reading Pals. Before I do though, I kind of want to ask you guys, what was your favorite childhood book?
Oh, geez.
Where the Wild Things Are.
Okay, that was a good one.
Probably My Side of the Mountain, because I'm adventurous, and it was this
I could see that.
kid gets a hatchet, carves out a tree, and lives in it with a hawk, and the hawk catches him food and whatnot.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
And mine was the series Misty about the pony. There was a whole series of books.
Cool.
And you know, mine is probably The Giving Tree. So it's funny that it kind of all makes sense with our personalities and our topics.
Yeah,
It
that's
absolutely
cool.
does.
Well, Reading Pals is a initiative that we got started at United Way. And Carol Jenkins Barnett, she's the daughter of the founder of Publix. She awarded 10 United Ways some grant money to go into the school systems and read to kids once a week.
Cool.
We are actually #1 in the entire state of Florida. We beat Miami-Dade's United Way over there.
Excellent.
And we're just doing some incredible work. Jan Hathaway heads this up, and she has recruited so many volunteers to do this. They go into the school systems and they read once a week, and that child gets that same mentor.
Cool.
So not only is it a reading initiative, but also they get to see the same mentor over and over and over, so they create a really special bond between each other.
For sure. Now, I think I heard Scott at the event that was the other week talking a little bit about this. Is that the same program that he had mentioned?
It is. We are actually, we help fund a lot of agencies, but we're trying to take stock in some internal programs around education, income, and health. So this is the baby we've adopted as far as education. You know, if you think about it, children are our future, and we need to educate them so that we have better futures. The whole reason we got into this was a very alarming statistic. They actually base prison and jail cells here in Marion County on your 3rd grade reading level.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
In literacy too, I'm sure. Yeah.
And so what does that kind of say? They write you off. You know,
Yeah.
if you're not on reading level by 3rd grade, it's statistically proven there's a prison cell built for you.
How many donors or volunteers do you have right now that are in each school? Are they all people that work there, or volunteers I'm sure can come in and do reading for kids?
Absolutely, it's actually all volunteer based. So the first year we had 216 kids in the Title I program. Now these are kids, they probably can't recognize a single letter of the alphabet.
Right.
So they had, I want to say 127 volunteers come out and help them the first year.
Wow.
Last year, the number of the kids jumped up to 236, and we got a little bit more volunteers. It keeps growing. This year, we actually want to help 320 kindergartners. So we need a lot of volunteers. I think we're almost at 100, but we need a lot more. And the thing is, too, is we are in demand for men because there's a lot of young boys, and typically they've noticed that these boys come from broken homes, and they really need a strong male figure to give them some guidance.
And what grade levels is this for? Is this just for kindergarten, or does it expand out?
It is just for kindergarten in the academy program. And we're really trying to see if these are the kids, like I said, they aren't on reading level. So if we could prove that an hour a week will make a big difference with test scores, then it's just something that we hope to do nationwide. And the fun part about it is it's actually working. We got, this is our 3rd year. This year is going to be our 3rd year going into it.
Cool.
And statistically, when you look at the bar graph, 18% increase versus not doing it at all. Where the kids that aren't in the Title I program, the kids on normal reading level, only increased 7%.
Wow.
And this
So-
opens up a whole avenue of things for children to get interested into for their imagination
Oh, absolutely.
once they learn to read.
You know, books could take you anywhere. They really can. So if you read a book, you could travel. And actually, our volunteer, Karen Reed, she's was a board member, and she's a reading pal. And we actually have a video. If you want to check it out, visit my article, and there's a link to see the video for Reading Pals. It's really touching because those kids, they might have a hard situation at home. Maybe their parents are yelling, or their parents are fighting, or they don't have somebody. They read, and they could escape it all.
Yeah.
So that's also a great thing to do with those kids.
Not to mention, you get started reading when you're young, and you enjoy reading. You start to learn to really enjoy reading. You're in school, a teacher says you have to read. It's like, there's a million
textbook
things
or
to
something,
do.
yeah.
But if you can get to where you can enjoy reading at a young age, you'll be a lifelong reader.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
I fully think that's the truth. I have a lot of, some of my best friends are ended up majoring in college in journalism and in writing and all kinds of stuff. And it's because, when we were growing up as kids, I'd go over to their house and their mom would force us to sit down and read. So, and I remember when I was telling you guys earlier off camera, I was grounded, I think, one summer when I was in 3rd or 4th grade.
Do you remember what you did?
I don't remember what I did, but my dad forced me. It seemed like all summer long, all I was doing was reading books, and they made me do a book report on every one. I think I read like 20-something books that summer. I don't know what it was I was grounded for, but I was in trouble. But I think that was actually what really kick-started me from really
Your reading
enjoying
career, yeah.
picking up a book and reading. Yeah.
Especially in today's day and age. We have texting, internet. We really don't read too much
Everything's so
anymore.
fast-paced with social media and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. By the way, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, and Pinterest.
Plug
and all.
that.
And children are such sponges at a young
They are.
age. So this is just such a great program.
If you've come from a bad situation, you just need someone to believe in you. And it's funny because I've talked to a lot of these reading pals, and probably 9 times out of 10, they'll start crying because they're so moved. And I really don't know who enjoyed it more, the student or the reading pal.
Absolutely.
Because these are also a lot of retired volunteers that don't have grandkids in the area. So getting to see that little same reading pal every week and change his life
It's a mentor, yeah.
for an hour a
Absolutely.
week, I mean, you can't beat that.
That's
We
cool.
could
Well,
really
you're
make
going
a
to
change.
sign me up because I'm going to do it.
See that? We got one. What
That's
about you?
cool.
Hopefully we'll get all
I got
of you guys
involved
on
in the
there.
Youth United Way program. That's a little bit older kids, or what
Yes.
is the...
I'll be talking about that as well. It's a high school program. It's called Youth United Way, juniors and seniors in high school. It's probably the best part of my job to be able to mentor high school students.
That's cool.
And I'll be talking more about that as well.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, Katrina. I'm sure everybody enjoyed some of that information. We're here at the beautiful Silver Springs. If you guys are bored and you're sitting at home, come kayak in the beautiful water back behind us. Check out our website, whatsupocala.com, for a list of upcoming events. From all of us here with What's Up Weekly, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.